In this video, I'm going to plan out the month of April and set up the weeks in my Erin Condren Vertical Life Planner. Hi, I'm Kristen and I post functional planning videos on my channel. If you're like me and you need a gentle reminder to just keep it simple, please make sure you're subscribed and I'll be right back. So I'm in this new vertical life planner just because planning hasn't been really working out for me lately, and I thought, why don't I just go back to basics and try like the very first planner that ever like kicked it into gear for me. Just thinking about the ways that I plan and how I'm trying to structure my days, I thought maybe the 3 vertical boxes might help, and if not, we always have a life planner launch coming up soon, so soon, and I can try a different layout when the new stuff comes out. Currently the life planners are 50% off on the site. I would grab one now if you are wanting to try a different life planner before they go away to prepare for the launch of the new stuff. It will last through the end of this year. I have here my vertical life planner. I have my Cultivate What Matters power sheets so that I can put my goals into my planner. And then I have some stickers here. I'm going to be using the Celebrate Designer Sticker Book Monthly Collection Edition 10. This is from Erin Condren. And this is a set of the sticker sheets you can get from Erin Condren, and I picked mid-century circles because I love mid-century circles, and then I picked the color that matches April, which is called Iris. And I don't know if I'll use these. I just needed to kind of bump up my order to hit that free shipping threshold, and so I thought I would try these out and we'll see. And then I do have my usual Planner Kate sticker books here. This is the one that I have all of my stickers color coded. I have been like trying to use these up so that I can reorganize and just kind of figure out which stickers I really like before purchasing new ones. So we're kind of at the bottom of the barrel here, but if we need some, they're in there. And then I also have just like my neutral stickers in here. These are just all the black and white ones and like the dash labels and scripts and such. So if I need any of those, they'll be in there. I will be using this, I think. We'll pull that out and I'll explain it. And I think that's all I'm gonna grab right away. But let's go ahead and move some of this stuff. We have this for April, so I'm gonna leave this open off to the side so that I can remember to use it. I actually don't really care for the functional stickers too much because I don't know. I have found that they're really good with the dual tip marker. So I may use the dual tip marker today to write with. Actually, let's do that. Here's the black one. And I also have the one that matches. This is Iris. I actually got this in a little set of 3 that came with the recent spring bundle, the seasonal bundle. And there was a pack of 3 dual tip markers, and wouldn't you know it, this is the March color, this is the April color, and this is the May color. So like, it's like we're set up perfectly for the season. I really like that. I hope they continue to do that, and then each quarter we would get like 3 more markers that match those 3 months. I don't know, that would be really cool. Really neat concept. But anyway, we'll use that one. And yeah, so I will put this off to the side and try to remember to write with these. So let's go to April, and I have already redated mine. So I really do prefer a Monday start on my planner. So I redated mine with these date dots from Erin Condren. They come in a set for all the colors, and then I used the purple ones for April here. And I changed my days of the week using some washi from Erin Condren. I can't remember exactly which set it goes with, but I will link it. It comes in a set with some other functional ones, and I have them all mixed together in my drawer here, so I don't know which one is which, or like which set is which. But these, they're too wide, like they don't really look great, but I cut mine down to fit, and I thought that was a good way to redate this. So that's what those are. But then I also have these here I don't know, maybe we can use them elsewhere on the dashboard pages or something. Anyhow, let's get planning. I already have some of these on here. Now these are from Planner Kate. This is kit 7XX A9, and these are the holiday stickers. Since I redate it, I have to white out all of the holidays and things. And so I started putting them back in with these. What I like about these is that they are A5 sized, but they fit perfectly next to the date in the 7x9. And so this is kind of like a little bit of an awkward space as it is, and that way I can utilize that space and keep the rest of the box, like the width of the box, available for planning. And so that's what these are for, and I just wanted to show you the A5 size. Even if you have a 7x9 planner, the A5 size might, work for you if you want to do it this way. Otherwise, it would have to go below the date. So we do have April Fool's Day. I guess I don't really need all of these, and so I don't need them cluttering up my planner. I don't really do anything for April Fool's Day, so there's not much need to put it there. So I did just want to show them to you though. And I'm thinking I need to go ahead and note here that there's no school on the 18th. And then that's really the only thing going on in April. We don't have any orthodontist appointments, and then we just have Formula One. So let's get one of these Planner Kate no school stickers, and I'm gonna use the doodle ones because I think they match better. This purple color is more, to me, it matches September a little bit better, so let's use this one and put that right here in the middle and just say no school. Then the other thing I wanted to do here is I normally like to have week numbers on my monthly, and then I also note the week number on the weekly. So let's set that up using the Planner Kate week number stickers. And so I have this is STK 108, and normally I put them down the side here. But what I'm doing differently this time is I want to put them in the sidebar, because I'm not going to be using the sidebar the same way I used to. Basically right now I'm trying different things with my planning just to see if there's a different way that I can use it and see if it sticks better. So what I want to do here is, instead of putting them along the side over here, I'm actually going to break up my sidebar into weeks, and we will do that with these week numbers. So I thought about doing it this way, and then that way I could still utilize the space here. But I think I'm just going to put them this way and just kind of center them right here. And then I still have 4 lines available to write anything in. And I think I want to, let's do this. This one kind of got a little bit off. I don't want to be a perfectionist about it, but also I don't want to waste that space. Okay, so we will just go like this all the way down. And then basically I'm just I'm putting these in, they fit perfectly in the line, but I am basically using the top line for each week. And then that way this section and this and this and this goes for that week. So if there's anything going on that week that's not maybe on a specific day, but it's just something I need to keep in mind, or if it's something that spans the entire week and I don't want to take up a whole bunch of space on in here with washi tape to span across, because that's something that I was kind of noticing when I would do that. It does look cluttered to me, and my whole goal with planning is to not feel overwhelmed and to reduce that chaotic feeling. And so anytime anything is very cluttered, it just makes my brain hurt. So I prefer to do as little as possible. One of the other things I thought about doing is using the Planner Kate has these dash labels, and I'm trying to find the ones. There's the squiggly ones, but I want the straight ones, and I don't know if I have a whole sheet. These go across the whole sheet, so I might need to cut these. I had some in here that were left over from a sticker sheet I was trying out, and these, yeah, let's use these up. These are not the exact same. I think these came from maybe a Hobonichi Cousin or a Moxie Life. I don't know, some sticker sheet that I got to try out somewhere else. But then these are dash 104, and they're very similar. These are just smaller, like they're more like dots, and there might be a full sheet of those. I honestly do not know. So, but let's go ahead and just use those here, and I'll show you how I'm going to use them. So I'm basically just going to divide it like this. I'm just going to kind of make that barrier using these, and I just think it's really cute. I have other ones that are squiggly that are the Erin Condren colorway that also could work. Let me show you those in case you want something with a little more like whimsy, and maybe you don't need to. Here they are, these. But these take up a little more space, and so if you don't write a whole lot in these and you do want to go ahead and take up some space, these are an option. These are V44. And then I guess the other thing I want to look at is I want to find something to cover up right here where it says notes. I don't need to, but it just, I don't know, I thought it might, I could use the little April washi, I think, just to say like, this is these 5 weeks in April. I also have these that say this week, and I have these that say this month. So that was an option too. So, what do we have here? Reminder, important today, urgent to do. We could just put this one here that says important. Actually, this little one, this is like a script, or it just says, it's like a quote, and it says, live what you love. Let's do that. And then we're just gonna, just to kind of cover it and make it look more like intentional. There, maybe, I don't know, whatever. So there's that, okay. And I guess really the only thing left is to note Formula One. And I have the super cute F1 flags. Well, they're just checkered flags. They don't have to be for F1. They could be for any kind of like racing or goal, like you finished a goal or something. But of course I love racing, so we are going to put them in. And the way I do this is I just put them on like the day of the race. And then if there's a sprint, I will note that on the Saturday, but I don't put all of them on my monthly, because I know when there's Formula One that weekend that there's events all weekend long, and I just need to know if that's a week that's going to have an event. So the 6th is the Japanese Grand Prix. Okay, so we have the one that's on the 6th, and then we have one basically every week. Well, let's see. We have all 3 weeks. So what time is it? So like Bahrain is this week, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it here, and then I'm gonna put whatever time, I'm gonna put one for church. And then there's one on Easter as well. We'll put that down here just to kind of vary it. Okay, so let's do, we definitely need to put some church ones in. I don't know. Let's write in black on the stickers. All right, so I'm going to use a mix of the cross dash labels and then the ones that just say church. So we'll do 2 church and 2 crosses, and that's just 11 a.m. for all of them. The other thing is, I don't know when we're going to go for Easter service, so this might change, but that's okay. We're just going to tentatively schedule it in for 11. Obviously, Easter is a very popular church day, and Sometimes the church asks that regular churchgoers attend like the evening service the night before or something, just to make sure there's enough room for everybody on Easter. And so I don't know what we'll end up doing. I think it just really depends on what my family wants to do. I need to write in the race info. So I actually want to move this over. This kind of got centered a little too much. Okay. So this is Japan. This is Bahrain. And this is, I think it's Saudi Arabia, right? Makes sense because they wouldn't have a race in a more Christian country on Easter. So yeah, Saudi Arabia. Okay. All right. And I have a PTO meeting on the 4th, and we do have some stickers for that. So I think I have one actually on here. PTO meeting, here we go. Okay, and we'll just put that here. Okay, and then my usual icons, I will need to note a savings deposit, which I normally would do on this day. I'm going to start putting them maybe down here, just for fun. And then I need to do a bank transfer on the 1st, which is typical. And then, I need to put when the prep parties and the goal school stuff is, which I need to look that up. I'm going to use these Zoom ones here, and let's do, let me write in black, and then we have at 7 p.m. is the master class, and at 11 a.m. is the prep party. Okay, and the master class is going to be on the 15th. Okay, and the prep party is on the 25th, and that's in the morning, so I'll put that up top. Okay, and then the only other thing I think is I have 2 other little recurring tasky kind of things to do, and one is I like to use the Apple to remind myself to check on my son's lunch money account, and then I use the little game controller to note when I need to resub to the Twitch streamer I like, which I think it's on the 26th this month. I will double check that, but at least that week I will know I need to check on that. Okay, and then everything else, we don't have anything scheduled yet. I know that there will be some school events that I need to do, but that's basically stuff I'm going to find out during the PTO meeting. So now we have the dashboard pages, and what I want to do here is I need to leave this space open for school stuff. And so let's just put a sticker there maybe that says school on it, if I have one. I don't really think these match enough for April for me to use those. So I'm gonna look at the plain black scripts and see. Oh, you know what I did? I actually had ordered custom scripts from Kate, so let's use those. I will show you because I'm going to note all of my Formula One, the schedule. So yeah, and that's here. So we have the Formula One, and we have church faith stuff for me to write like the scripture I'm memorizing that month. And when I don't have one that says school, I thought for sure I would have a script that said school on it, like a plain black and white one, but I guess I need to order that. Maybe I should write that on my checklist. I have some that say no school, but I mean, I could just write it with my own handwriting. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to order a custom that says school that's in the same font here. But for now, we will just use an icon and then write it, I think. Back to April, and we will use the backpack. What if we use the highlighter? I'm going to use, this is not a highlighter, this is a dual tip marker. This is from the Bold Blooms highlighter set, and it is called Heather. And I have these stencils. I was thinking I could draw the little flag. I don't know. These are cute. Now I'm kind of deciding, do I want to do something different here? Yeah, let's maybe say that for next time. I'll do some thinking. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, so this is the stencil that comes with the LifePlanner. And we're just going to use this little rectangle as like a highlighter guide. See how nicely that matches? I feel like that matches even better than maybe this is a little more bright, but it's okay. And then we'll just write school right here. Did I just misspell it? Why am I like this? I forgot the C. Okay, let's let's try to fix this. If it doesn't work, we can always cover it with a sticker. Okay. Take two. Where's the highlighter? All right. Can we do this? Will the highlighter look okay over this whiteout? No, it ripped it off. Okay. We are going to, I think I had, yes, I have these. These are old like Daily Duo labels for the A5 Daily Duo. Do we have? Okay, so let's white out this whole thing so it doesn't show through. Mistakes were made, but we're getting through it. Okay. Now let's spell school correctly. This is why I need scripts. Okay. So that will be any notes about anything my son has going on or anything that I might need to do for PTO. Okay, and then here I wanted to do Formula One, and I wanted to use this highlighter. So let's use it and just make a highlight. Let me turn this so I can make sure I'm going straight, because it will be sad if I have to white out again. Here we go. I'm just gonna make a line here, and that didn't get straight, but okay. And then we will do the purple checker flags, and we will do, I'm trying to think if I want to like cover where I didn't go straight here. That's okay. I'm not going to be that much of a perfectionist about it. I'm going to make that choice that it's okay. All right. And right here, I have this little cheat sheet guide here, and it's just a dot grid. And this is kind of like what I like to note the times for races. And I'm just going to draw a grid, and I only need 3. So I just need like 6 lines worth, or 6 like squares worth. So I'm going to come down here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go this way. I think I can get a more firm like grasp on this. Okay. So we're gonna just draw it. using the stencil as a straight edge. And then I'm having to edit out like a whole lot of coughing. My immune system is not the best, and so I've been sick, and it's just one of those things. And so I am trying to film this without coughing so much, but it's not working. Okay, and then here, let's go from this direction, and then we basically skip, like we do 5. Every 5 dots I make a line. No, every 5 like spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now we will go ahead and write in here. This is the week, and this is the event, the Grand Prix. And then if there's a sprint, I will fill in the time, my time in my time zone in this box. And then this is qualifying, and then this is the time for the actual race. So now let's kind of go fill that in with what we know. So it's Japan, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia. Do I want to just write with this? What do we think? I need a piece of scrap paper. I think I will. I'll just do this, and hopefully it looks okay. Japan, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. This is the like bullet tip side of the highlighter. Okay, and then that is weeks 14, 15, and 16. All right, and now I'm going to fill in the times using the calendar. So I have the calendar synced from Formula One, and so it puts it in my time zone, and I just have that on my Google Calendar. And the race is at 12:30 a.m. my time. And I always know that like the sprint and qualifying are on Saturday, and then the race is on Sunday. So like I don't really need to know all of those details for this little chart. And then I will put them in on the correct days on my weekly. Qualifying is at 1 a.m. And it's not a sprint weekend. Okay, and then Bahrain, we have qualifying. It is also not a sprint weekend. We have qualifying at 11 a.m. And we have the race at 10 a.m. And then Saudi Arabia is not a sprint, which I guess I didn't need to put the sprint info on there, but whatever. Qualifying is at noon on Saturday, and the race is at noon on Sunday. Okay, so that's how I fill that out. And then this is going to be my debit card tracker so that I can track my spending for this statement period. And I need to go look so I can write the dates down correctly, but essentially this is just, this is enough for 10 spots here. Let's do dots, I think. We'll use these, and we'll just keep using this same bullet tip here. And I will make little dots. there's going to be 5 on this side, and really this is just, I just need to track 10 debit card transactions during my statement period and make sure so that I can avoid paying that monthly fee, because I would rather buy stuff for, you know, the amount of money that monthly fee would cost me if I didn't, you know, spend enough in this statement period. So then we would just run up to the local gas station and buy some snacks to avoid that fee. And I'm gonna fill these in because somehow the little dots, these are more filled in for some reason, just the way I did it, I guess. And then they didn't look the same. So now we have dots, and you can see it did not bleed through. And then, so this is what that's gonna be. Basically all I do is I'll just write just like the date, and then like WM for Walmart, like when I order groceries, or like the date, and then PK if I place an order with Planner Kate, you know, until I get all 10. And then I will sometimes come and just check them off after they, you know, process through my bank. So that's that. And then this last section is gonna be for goals. And I like to use this little, it's like a little, like award, like a ribbon, like a first place ribbon, I guess. Just, you know, like these are the goals that I'm working on. Right here, I will write April, ooh, that's the highlighter side. I don't want the chisel tip, I want the bullet tip. Do we write goals on here? So here I'm gonna come in with the black and then actually just fill in like the black fine point and fill in the dates. Like it's gonna be something like March 23rd through April 22nd or something like that. And that's what I will write there after I go look at it. And then right here, I'm just gonna write April goals. And then I will fill those in after I look at my tending list. So then I have this blank page here. This is a lined notes page. And I used to put like my monthly menu on there. I have since kind of fallen off of monthly menu planning, not because I don't like it. I actually really think it works really well. It's just that we've just been kind of having, I don't know, none of us really want to eat anything. Like we're just eating like super easy stuff. And so I'm not really into meal planning right at this moment. This is where I'm going to put my to-do list though. So I used to do my to-do list here, but this is going to be for anything that kind of comes up for those weeks. And then, so this is just going to be a to-do list, and we're just going to very simply decorate it using these stickers that come in the sticker book. I'm going to put the washi on the top and the bottom. This I don't really care for in this book. The washi is all vertical and the graphics are all vertical with it. Like these are raindrops for April, but they're going across the page. And so I kind of feel like that was a little bit of an oversight from the design, but I don't know, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky. But we're gonna go like this and put cute little stickers. I'm thinking the rain boot down here at the bottom, which I really love the little flowers coming out of the rain boot. And then we could put maybe the like raincoat up here. Oh, we're gonna have to layer it. Let's layer something else over it. The teardrop, let's do this. This is just like a little circle, and we will, where did this go? We will just kind of lift this up a little bit and put the circle behind it and just kind of do that, because I'm not going to use this circle for anything else. And then there. Cute enough. Okay, so now that's super easy, and then we just have this little thing here that says to do, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this, let's leave a spot and we'll put the asterisk there next to it. There's like this thing. If I could get it off the page. I can't. I normally like to pull these apart and take them out of the book and put them in like a sticker album, but I just haven't, and so this is why I like to do that, because it's like a little bit of a struggle. All right, and then we have the to-do list. Super simple. So now we have this decor over here. We can now add some over here to our like other side to make it, I don't know, just go together. So we have this, I want to layer this. So let's take one of these. I don't really know how to use these, so I like to just use them as layering pieces. So yeah, let's turn it this way. I'm not gonna, ooh, I just ripped it. I'm not gonna write anything here because there's a little decoration. So that works. And then we can just put, let's put the little ladybug there, just to make it look intentional. For these flowers, we can put them, I kind of want to put the earth here because this is like you know, like an international event. Formula One is international. So I'm thinking, what if we put the flowers up here and then cut them, like let them layer over the edge of the page. I can use my scissors here and cut them, and then I can put the cut pieces along here as well. So we have this, we don't want to lose it. I want to use these pieces. Okay, so now they're not on the edge anymore, but now we can kind of put them here. I'm not going to be able to see, so I need to get my tweezers because these are small now. Now let's just kind of add them to the edge. Just kind of make our own design, and then it still matches the purple behind it, so I don't have to cover it up completely. I feel like that's a good compromise. I like it. It's very cute. Okay. This kind of looks a little bit awkward with this piece peeking out right here, so maybe we should layer on some more stuff, such as this butterfly, like right here. And like I said, I wanted to put the earth sticker, this little earth, yeah, I think that's cute for Formula One since it's an international sport. All right, and that's it. And now I did say, I have a little bit sticking out on the edge here. Okay, so I did say I want to set up the weeks, and that's because I think that would work better for me, is to add all the stuff from my monthly, go ahead and pre-fill it in onto my weeks, and then that way, like, it's already there, and it's just easier. What I want to do here is, I don't really know. So I have like the little mini, and I forgot to get my mini sticky note, but I think I want to put, I don't like the Sunday start calendar, so I'm going to probably cover this up and then just use my mini sticky note. So what we can do is use our Planner Kate stickers, and let's see what we have as far as the purple ones, since we have a lot of like green going on. Is this big enough to cover that calendar? I don't think it's going to be. Okay, so then what we will do is we have these larger stickers that are like full box sizes, and I think these would be really good to put there. And I'm going to use this one. This is STK 156. It's like a little clipboard. And I guess this will just be maybe like my priorities for the week. And I'm thinking here, how am I going to do this? I think I need to white out where it says March, because I'm thinking I'm going to use the thing that says April. I could either use the one that comes on here, or if I have April available on here. I don't know if I do. Oh, I do. April is the next one. I was looking at this the other day, so I kind of already pre-prepped it, but I couldn't remember if I already took April off. So this is also from, I feel like it's from the same one that the days of the week came from. It's probably called like the planning washi set or something. Again, I'll link it if I can still find it on their site. But what I don't like about these is that they're on this like white matte washi tape, and so they're not clear, and so you can't really layer them on top of a sticker. And you can see through them, and then you can't put them like on top of like a purple sticker or something, because then it doesn't look really great. So we actually have to white this out. Whoops, I'm like knocking everything down over here. So maybe we should have done that first, but we didn't, so that's okay. We are doing it now. And there. All right, and then, oh, actually, let's keep this up because this is gonna be bigger. I'm gonna offset it just a little bit because I'm gonna go ahead and put one of those asterisk stickers here. So now it says April, even though Monday is still part of March. The whole week is April. I don't really need it to say March. I understand why they do that, but it's just, you know, this works better for my brain. So let's pull this off and just put it right there. Okay, and now the rest of the week still has the calendar, but at least it's the April calendar, so I don't know if I'm going to change that or not. At the very least, it'll just say April, and I don't need to cover it up the way I did with this one. I can put any sticker over the calendar, but I don't need to cover where it says April, you know? Okay, so on this one, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use the highlighter again, and we're gonna write the week number right here. So I'll just use my stencil again as a straight edge, and we're just gonna go like this. And I actually really like to use the medium point side because I really like a bold like mark, you know. Fine point is really good if I need to write small, but if I don't need to write small, I really like a bold point. So this is week, what did we say the week number was? Week 14. Okay, and then this will be like the running to-do list for the week. The other thing I wanted to try to do is, I've been really terrible about tracking lately. I was on a roll for like most of the year, and then I just kind of fell off with everything. Let me show you my March tending list. You see, halfway through March, I just gave up. That didn't mean I wasn't doing these things, I just stopped checking them off. I was so proud of myself too for checking the things like that I was doing. I was actually checking them, and then I just stopped. I know I've done my Bible every day. Actually, there was 2 days I didn't, but I know it was the 22nd, the 21st and the 22nd, and then I caught up on my plan. The one thing I did stop doing was counting like my unplugged hours, and I was trying to track that for the whole year. I wanted to get the 1,000 hours of like being unplugged. I don't know, this is where I have that like whole all or nothing mentality in my brain where, okay, so I didn't track it, so I don't know how many hours I spent unplugged. So now it's kind of like a waste, right? Even though I have the whole rest of the year. But I know that I have to catch up a lot. Like, you need like a little over 3 hours a day to get your 1,000 hours by the end of the year. And I have at least an hour on most days when I do my Bible. And so I know that. And so this is where I'm having that dilemma of, do I even bother continuing to do that? Or do I just count the hour on all the days that I know I did my Bible reading and then call that unplugged? I don't know. Anyhow, we're going to take the stencil again and the fine point of the dual tip marker, and we are going to make some habit trackers down here. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to put the monthly calendar here, and I'm going to skip a line. I'm going to do the very bottom line and draw my boxes in. And then I'm going to skip that line because this line is where I'm going to write what that habit is. And so then we'll do this one And then we'll do the top line, and then that will give me like a space for checking off 3 habits, and you could do like however many you want, but I'm just going to do 3 like that. And so now I'm going to take the highlighter, I'm going to skip a line here, and this I might regret because the colors might not match good enough, and then I might hate it, but this is a learning experience. Okay. Oh, that's not bad. That looks good. Okay. I'm happy about that. All right. And we'll take our thing here and we'll just put, I could either write tracking or I could write habits. Let's just write habits. And let's use the purple side here. And we're going to do Bible and Duolingo. And something I'm working on doing is a kitchen reset every night. I always will, I don't say always, like 90% of the time I will do the dishes and run the dishwasher before going to bed, and like wipe off the counter. Sometimes I leave the dishes in the sink, usually on like a Friday night. If that happens, it's a Friday night. But I want to get better about like sweeping the floor and like wiping down the appliances I used and everything like that. So let's do kitchen reset. So we have that set up, and then what is on our monthly? I know we have the PTO meeting, and then we have races. So yeah, that's it really. So this is how I'm gonna do this. Morning, afternoon, evening, dinner, you know? And that's very basic, very simple. I'm not using it in any kind of like groundbreaking way. I'm just going back to basics. Basically, the top box is just like anything that's going on or that I need to do from the time I wake up until about noon. Okay, and then like noon to 6 in the middle, and then like 6 to bedtime, you know? That's basically all it is. And I don't need to label everything. I don't need to put a script on everything. So that's that. And I don't even have anything going on during the week. So like this whole page is going to be blank for now. I might go ahead and write that in. I'm going to use, again, I'm going to use the stencil here. I like this little flag one. And I'm going to use the medium point side of my dual tip marker, and I'm going to put a flag for every spot that I know I have like something happening. And I know I have a PTO meeting on Friday morning, so I'll go ahead and mark that one too. And then that way I can go ahead and write everything else in. So that's the race, and then I'm not going to actually watch this at the time it's on, because it's on in the middle of the night. I think what I'm going to do is write when I'm going to watch everything. Yeah, so here before church probably I will go ahead and watch qualifying. And then here is where I will go to church. And then in the evening is when I will watch the actual race probably. Okay, and then in the afternoon here, let's do, I have this one is for grocery delivery. This is for the weekend reset. And then this one is gonna be for the food prep, like my list for food prep. All right, so we have all of those in. Let's switch to the black marker and write in the times here. And this is 9:30 a.m. and that is a PTO meeting. And this is 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and that is grocery delivery. And this is, I'll just put quali, and then down here I'll put Japanese Grand Prix. This is 11 a.m. for church. This is the weekend reset, and this is food prep. So here I can write out my list of what I need to clean and whatever I am prepping for food, and I can check those off. And then here I can write down what we're having for dinner this week, and then basically I can go and do the same thing for all of these weeks, because the reset, grocery delivery, reset, food prep, and church are always going to be the same. We have a couple weeks that are going to have races, so I can add those in. And there are things going on these days, but I'm not going to fill them in here just yet. I actually don't quite know how my week is going to look at the beginning of this week. My goal here is to fill in really just the stuff that I know is happening, and then I will go back and look at everything I need to look at, the emails, my son's school stuff, like the meeting, all that kind of stuff, and then fill in the other things. That's just kind of, this is really just, I want to just try to set up the whole month, you know? And then that way I know these things are like kind of needing to be non-negotiable for me, and so I want them like on there, you know? Let's go ahead and write in over here the basic to-dos that I will have on each week. This, I don't know how I'm going to use. I put it there, and now I'm kind of questioning what I want to do with that. But yeah, this is going to be order groceries. I need to do that bank transfer. And so far that's all I know as far as tasks for that week. Let me go ahead and write in some goals here. I have my power sheets off to the side over here. So what I want to do is I want to organize my master bedroom and bathroom. So we will write organize room. I'll know what I mean by my room. And then I want to start a wool kit, which is just like a needlepoint kit that I would like to finish before July. It's patriotic themed, so I want to use it as home decor in July. I need to send a newsletter for the PTO. Okay, and then the other goal I think will just be like as far as like a monthly goal that I can cross off my list, right? Is just read 2 books. Read a novel and a self-improvement book. So read 1 novel and 1 self-improvement book. And I already kind of have those picked out. I'm going to read the 1,000 Hours book. I forget what it's called. I think it's called Unplugged. It's by Hannah Brencher. I'm going to read that and try to, like, I don't know, wrap my head around what I want to do with my 1,000 hours tracking. And then, so that's my self-improvement book. And then the novel is, I'm reading a series, and it's called Leah's Garden. It's just like a cute, sweet, like, story about a bunch of sisters who moved across the country during, like, right after the Civil War. I guess it's like a cute little historical fiction. So I am currently on the 2nd book of that series, so I'll just count whatever one I get to and finish as that. So that's easy. So those are my goals for April. And as far as my checklist here, I can kind of write some things in here that are actions for these goals. So we have like I need to like purge my closet and my dresser, and my shoes. So I have been trying to figure out my clothing situation. I've been struggling with this, where I have thought I need to do a better job at getting dressed in, I don't know. I'm not giving up on it. I guess I'm just trying to change my perception of what counts as getting dressed. And we've had conversations about this before on my channel, but I guess whenever I've been just kind of working with the clothes that I currently have, they're like for a different person. They're not for me. Like they're clothing items that I figured I needed because I followed some kind of checklist, or, you know, if you have these pieces, you can make these outfits or whatever. They're just not for me. You know, I don't lead that kind of lifestyle. Like I don't need like certain things, because that's just not my life, right? So anyway, I want to just kind of get rid of those things that I've been holding on to for so long, that because I thought I needed them to look put together or whatever. But anyway, that's kind of what that's about. I also want to do like my bathroom drawers, and like reorganize those. And kind of like the same thing, like I need to just get rid of like makeup and skincare products and hair care products and tools and things that are for a different person. They're just not for me, and I don't need to keep holding on to them in the hopes that I'm going to turn into that person. I am 40 years old. How old am I? I'm 41 years old, and I'm not going to turn into that person. So that's okay, and I'm going to let that go. For that wool kit, I actually another step to this project is going to be to donate that clutter that I am going to be creating whenever I purge everything. So I need to make sure to donate that. And I need to review the pattern for that kit. And then when I look at that and just see if I need to get any materials, I'll write those on the list too. If there's anything that didn't come with the kit that I need to still get to do it. Okay, and then I want to set up like a little tote, like a little basket or something to keep in my game room where I tend to be in the evenings, so that I can see that that's that project I want to work on. That's my biggest thing. I think my biggest hurdle to not doing the things I want to do is because I don't see them. Like even if I write it in my planner, I'm not seeing the stuff in the space where I would be using it, and so I don't think to do it. So I think if I set up like a little basket, let's just say set up craft basket, and then I will put that in my like game room area. And one of the things I need to start working on is working on transitioning my board seat for the PTO to a new person who's going to take it over next year. And so I do all the social media and newsletter for the PTO, and I just kind of need to clean up like the Canva account and just get it all like organized so that it's obvious where everything is. Right now I've just kind of been, it's messy, so I want to organize that. So we'll just say clean up PTO Canva account. And I think that's probably good as far as monthly goals. You know what I can also do here is write change device wallpapers, like my PC background and my phone background and lock screen and stuff. I like to do that every month. And I need to, we were supposed to do the fridge filter in March, but we didn't. So let's write that down. Change fridge filter. Okay, So that's good. We have a good starting point for the month. And let's look one more time at what we have here. And then it's a nice baseline so that as things fill in, I can go add them. It's all set up and ready to go. And then I have my first week, and I am going to go off camera and do the rest, and I will show it to you in the next update. And then that way you'll be able to see everything as well. But it's going to look just like this. I'm not going to decorate each week differently. I decided I might add a sticker here and there if I have some that are cute. Planner Kate has some really cute stickers for April that I might kind of go and add a couple little bits in here for fun. But really, other than that, it's just this is it. It's super functional, and it's not going to make my eyes cross and make me feel like I am, you know, not planning in a style that works for me. So anyhow, that is it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, please consider subscribing, because I post functional planning videos on my channel. And if you like this one, you'll probably like those ones too. And I'd love to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.